With the first of our two civic duties. First is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then I will assume we have all done another second civic duty, which is to buy Girl Scout cookies. So we're expecting that any presenter, remonstrators, council people voting have all done the same. Wait for them to fall short.
You have no financial connection to the Girl Scouts.
Well, I was very compelled by their story.
Just making sure.
They're out there trying to buy a house for someone, basically, and I'm at the price of the cookie. It might be doable.
They'll get there.
They'll get there. All right. So the first item on the docket is 2022-71-DSC. Mr. Lohmeyer, he has requested to be continued to the March 1st, 2023 BZA meeting due to a scheduling conflict. We need a motion on this. We need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Chairman, if I may,
All right.
we'll need to do roll and we'll need to look at the minutes.
I said this would be a quick meeting. So, all right. Good. Go do all those things. I'll hold up on the cookies.
Mr. Patel,
Here.
Mr. Lake,
Here.
Mr. Jones,
Here.
Mr. Mundy. Absent. Kathy Postlewhite, please. Absent. Three present.
Nice. That's right. And then we need to do a review of the meeting minutes from the previous Board of Zoning Appeal meeting. Any issues, concerns, corrections?
I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. All right, now we're good to go. All right, and then so docket 2022-71-DSB, Mr. Lohmeyer's request to be continued to the March 1st, 2023 BZA meeting due to a schedule conflict. Motion to,
So moved.
okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I think it passes. So the first cookie bearing presenter will be for docket 2022-66-DSB, the barns for the residents at 4757 Madras Court. Is anyone here to present?
We have documents.
We do.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You guys are
Good evening. My name is Chip Barnes. I am here to seek a variance of lot coverage for a back porch renovation that we would like to do, and which is causing the improvements to go over the allowed 20% coverage ratio. I think we're the plan calls to go to 28% coverage there. So currently, we have an improved back area with paver patio and a deck that's 22 years old. Unfortunately, it's started to rot and the paver patio is heaving, and so it's time to kind of make some improvements back there. As part of that, we're going to come back in and either put in paver patios or stamped concrete in the back to replace the paver patio and the deck. And then we're asking to put an open-sided structure in the back that would have a fireplace in it and a seating area. So we sit on, just so you know, from a location standpoint, we're in Button Down Farms. We actually sit behind us is a large ravine, a wooded ravine. You actually can't see the back of our house from any of our neighbors' houses. We're pretty isolated back there. So any questions on the improvements?
No questions? Do we want a staff report?
Yes, Mr. Barnes did a good job summarizing his request. Like he mentioned, the lot coverage for that zoning district is 20% and allows for also a 2% bonus for impervious surface. With the outdoor patio that he's proposing with the amenities, the lot coverage will be 28.22%. The outdoor patios is a common amenity in that subdivision, and looking at other properties in the subdivision and area, there's also deviations from this request. So with that, staff is favorable of the request and happy to answer any questions.
Questions or discussion amongst commission members?
A question, is that grill station area also covered?
I'm sorry.
The grill station area shown on your site plan, would that also be a covered area?
No, it would not.
Sorry. Is there any members of the public who would wish to vote in or wish to speak in support or remonstrate against? Okay. Seeing none. Is there any discussion amongst commission members?
No.
Do we have a motion?
So I will move that docket number 2022-66-DSV development standards variance to provide for an increase of lot coverage up to 28.22% to construct the outdoor patio and amenities located at 4757 Madras Court in the urban single-family residential zoning district RSF2 be approved as presented and described based on the findings in the staff report and staff recommendations, submitted finding of fact, and substantial compliance with the submitted site plan.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Piquel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, next up is docket 2022-70 DSV Triphase RLL located at 10960 Bennett Parkway. Do we have anyone presenting? And you brought your cookies?
I have a truck, so I can
Get them on
There
the
you go.
way out.
Get them on the way out. We'll make that part of the motion. Please.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Walter. I am working with Robert, who's the owner of Triphase Technologies.
We always need name and address, please.
My name,
Yes.
Kennedy Walter.
an address.
And address.
10960 Bennett Parkway.
Okay, and your name, sir, is?
Robert Hecker.
Got it.
So we have been working with Ray Hall, Letterman Lanigan Racing and their new headquarters, which was put in behind us. We put in a new shared access last year, which was approved. So we have submitted a request to put in an entrance sign off of Bennett Parkway, which is on our property, which indicates both Ray Hall and Triphase as an entrance point for shipping and receiving, and also visitors to be able to access for both our location at Triphase and Ray Hall behind us. So we are requesting a variance of development standards for 3 reasons. The sign we have submitted exceeds the height requirement, the square footage, and then also the side yard setback, which is a requirement of 10 feet, and ours is proposed at 3 feet. So the reason behind the sign needing to be larger than the proposed requirements is because it is for 2 companies, and for shipping and receiving to be able to see the sign from both directions. It would need to be outside of those requirements and a little bit bigger. So that's kind of the main point there. Same with the side yard setback where it's located on our entrance. If it was moved to the other side to meet that requirement, it would be blocked by our existing sign for visitors and people heading north on Bennett Parkway there. So that is why we are requesting the variance.
Okay. Thank you. Is there a staff report?
Yes. I think the petitioner did a good job summarizing the request. Like mentioned, there is a secondary access that was approved through a development plan, I think in 2021, for RLL to have access to their site. With that, they're wanting to put in an incidental sign that better directs traffic to RLL and also tri-phase, which exceeds the square footage, deviates from the side yard setback, and exceeds the permitted height. This is a unique case because it's for two different businesses. And it's important, the location's important for site navigation for those vehicles and shipping entities. And scale seems, the signage scale seems appropriate with other signs in the area. So with that, staff is favorable of the request.
Are those sign requirements for a monument sign or for an incidental sign?
For an incidental sign.
Okay. Thank you.
Any members of the audience who would like to speak in favor or opposed to this?
This is Mr. Rahal. Good evening. I'm not sure you can hear me.
We can.
We can.
Oh, okay. I see myself up on the back wall. I just want to thank Kennedy for her work on this. This has been obviously a huge move for us in building our new world headquarters there in Zionsville. And obviously we're very proud to be part of the community. This area and Mr. Hacker has been fantastic to work with. This access is really meant for delivery trucks. Of course, our transporters go in and out of that entry as well. Employee parking is accessed from that driveway. And so I just, we appreciate any consideration, as this is really kind of a main entry point to our facility. And as Kennedy mentioned, also obviously into tri-phase as well. So I appreciate any consideration, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Questions? I have one. Mr. Rahal, have you purchased your Girl Scout cookies?
Tomorrow.
No. Wow. Well.
Well, maybe Kennedy can buy some on, and maybe my credit's good enough that she'll buy a few for me and I'll pay her back.
Anyone else in the audience who wants to comment? Okay. Any questions? BZA?
No, I mean, I'm
members?
going through a lot of signage code right now on some of my own projects, and 2x3 is pretty small. And so I even think the sign that is being submitted is smaller than most monument sign requirements. And so I think it's scaled appropriately for what they're asking.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Sure. One of three here.
Okay.
So for variance number 1, I move the docket number 2022-70-DSV development standards variance to provide for an increased square footage of 20 square foot for the incidental directional sign at the property located at 10960 Bennett Parkway, Zionsville, in the Urban Office Research Technology Industrial Zoning District I-ORT. Be approved as presented and described based on the findings in the staff report and staff recommendations, submitted finding of fact, and substantial compliance with the submitted site plans.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, variance number 2.
Thank you.
I move the docket number 2022-70-DSV development standards variance to provide for a deviation from the side yard setback to 3 feet for the incidental directional sign at the property located at 10960 Bennett Parkway, Zionsville, in the Urban Office Research Technology Industrial Zoning District I-ORT. Be approved as presented and described based on the findings in the staff report and staff recommendations, submitted finding of fact, and substantial compliance with the submitted site plan.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Patel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
All right, and finally, variance number 3. I move the docket number 2022-70-DSV development standards variance to provide for an increased sign height of 4 foot 6 inches for the incidental directional sign at the property located at 10960 Bennett Parkway, Zionsville, in the Urban Office Research Technology Industrial Zoning District I-ORT be approved as presented and described based on the findings in the staff report and staff recommendations, submitted finding of fact, and substantial compliance with the submitted site plan.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Piquel. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you much. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, next up, we have 2022-72 DSV Brower for lot 4071 and 4073 Wildwood Court, Zionsville. Petition development standard variance to permit 2 lots exceeding the maximum lot width to depth ratio of 3:1 in the rural single family and 2-family residential zoning district R2. There's anyone here presenting?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Lee Ann Farrell. I'm with Appleworth and Associates, 7965 East 106th Street in Fishers. I'm seeking approval for 1 variance this evening, and that is in the width to depth ratio of 3:1. The Willow Ridge plat was previously approved in Boone County jurisdiction back in early 2000s. And in 2010, the community then was to Zionsville's jurisdiction. The existing house on lot 49 was constructed in 2015. The petitioner now wishes to add a garage addition to their existing residence. With the current platted layout of the lots, the new garage addition would not meet the current setbacks. It was actually going over the lot line. Therefore, we have submitted a replat, move the common lot line between 49 and 50 to meet the setbacks for the new garage addition. The current petitioners currently own both lots 49 and 50. They would have preferred to combine both lots into one, but the HOA of Willow Ridge preferred the lots to stay separated due to the HOA fees. If you have any questions or concerns, I can answer those now. And I did already buy Girl Scout cookies.
All right. Staff report?
Yes, I think the petitioner did a good job summarizing the request. Essentially, they're relocating a lot line between lot 49 and 50 in Willow Ridge. So this will also be a replat. It'll be heard by Plan Commission later this month. The petitioner is wanting to do an addition on the 1 lot, therefore needing to move the lot line to keep the 2 lots separate still. With that, what's proposed, the lots won't meet the 3:1 ratio. However, they don't meet the ratio currently as they're currently configured. Staff sees no major impact on relocating the lot line minimally, and happy to answer any questions.
Is there anyone in the audience who would speak in favor or against the project, the proposed variance? Nope. We have any questions, concerns?
No.
Do we have a motion?
I move the docket number 2022-72 DSV, a development standard variance petition to provide for lots 49 and 50 of Willow Ridge to exceed the maximum lot width to depth ratio of 3:1 for the property located at 4071 and 4073 Wildwood Court, Zionsville, in the rural single family and 2-family residential zoning district R2 be approved as presented and described based on the findings of the staff report and staff recommendations, submitted findings of fact, and substantial compliance with the submitted site plans.
Do we have a second? Thank you, Mr. Lake. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Move to adjourn.
I move that we make a motion that I get awarded the fastest Board of Zoning Appeals meeting ever. This goes into the record. And I accept your request to adjourn. There we go.
Larry.